What do you like about it?
I like the simplicity. I like the red floral arrangement, and I like the white wall. I like the kind of wooden. It looks like a wooden church window, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't see any flowers.
Yeah, I
Is it
can't see
No, I
those.
don't have them today. Maybe I'll.
Yeah.
Hi, Kathy. Hi,
Hi,
Barbie.
Oh,
Janet.
there's Kathy. Hi, Kathy.
Morning, everybody.
Here, those are, yeah.
Okay, I've started the YouTube live.
Hi, Kathy. Hi,
And-
Barbie.
Hi,
Hi,
Janet.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Kathy.
Morning, everybody.
Here, those
There's
are,
Barbie.
yeah.
There's Barbie.
Okay,
Hi,
I've started the
Barbie.
YouTube live.
Kathy.
Hi,
Janet.
Barbie.
Morning, everybody.
I think that means it's time to mute. Is that right, Rich?
You,
I'm just shut up.
Hey, Kathy.
Good morning.
Okay, I'm going to mute everybody and start Ryan.
good morning. Good morning and welcome to the Unity of Kanawha Valley Sunday service on Zoom, YouTube, and Facebook. We're so glad to have you with us today. We start our service by lighting the Christ candle and ringing the bell. Rich, if you'll ring the bell, I will light the candle. We light this candle as a reminder of the Christ light that shines in each and every one of us. And if you would, repeat with me our opening statement. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent. And take that statement into your heart. Allow it to anchor there and dwell on the truth of that statement. And now repeat it with me once more. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent. And now Ron, Ryan, and Jeff will lead us in our songs.
Hi, everybody. We're here at the church again, and we're having too much fun, but we all miss you. And we'd like to start with today with Surely the Presence. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel his mighty power and his grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on its face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel her mighty power and her grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on its face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. And number 178, or just follow the lyrics on your screen as soon as I find the lyrics in my book. This is, there is, what's it called? I Am Love.
Thank you, Ron, Ryan, and Jeff. What a great way to get us started this morning. For announcements, the Sojourners for this month, we are providing new school supplies for the kids there. And as many of you know, the city of Charleston is no longer providing trash bags. So UKV is in need of 55-gallon trash bags. So when you go to the store, if you want to pick up an extra box and drop them off, Pam would appreciate that. Also, our membership renewal forms have gone out. Most of you have returned those. There are a few still out. So please make sure you return those. The annual meeting is coming up on Sunday, September 27th. And if that membership form has not been returned by that date, you will not be able to vote. So to have a say in what goes on here at UKV and to vote for the new board members, you do need to get your membership renewal form back to Pam. Let's see here. Now at 5:30 every day on this same Zoom line, there is a daily word discussion, and this goes on Monday through Saturday. And I'm told they've been having some excellent discussions, and it's a great way to connect with our members and with the daily word and get just an extra little oomph for your day. So that's at 5:30 on this same Zoom line, Monday through Saturday. And now it is with heavy, heavy heart that I have to announce that our beloved member, Allison Flowers, made her transition last night. So needless to say, Adam and Dee and Peggy are in need of support and love. So please, please, please remember them and remember Allison and her beautiful face. This, unfortunately, is part of being human. So we just take a deep breath. We send all the love we can. And we say thank you that Allison has been in our lives. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Scott.
Thank you, Janet, and thank you for bringing that difficult news to us. Allison and Peggy's daughter, and Delilah, Peggy's granddaughter, the entire family, Adam's, Allison's husband, and Kathy, his mom and his dad. Allison had a massive heart attack and liver failure around midnight or so. Passed away in the early hours. Was taken to the hospital, but was not able to survive. I had an amazing conversation with Peggy at about 4 this morning, and she is using all of her Unity Foundations to help her know that underneath all the loss and the turbulence of our lives, on some deep level, all continues to be well. And so when someone makes their transition, we wish them well. We don't know what's on the other side. We have lots of different ideas, and everyone is welcome to whatever idea they would like to have. Allison was an amazing person. She went on the stand-up paddleboard expedition with us and the kids last summer, and just someone full of love and fun. So we will miss her. The service arrangements are still being worked out. So thank you for that, Janet. I know this is a shock for everyone. And I do want to say good morning and welcome, shalom, namaste, and aloha. The light in me greets the light in you. My name is Sky Kirshner. I'm the spiritual leader here at Unity of Kanawha Valley. I'm super glad to be here with you today. I want to welcome you for the service. Thank you for being with us wherever you are. And Rich, I can't tell, but I think Janet is still spotlighted. No? Okay. The daily discussion happens every Monday through Saturday at 5:30. Thank you for continuing to make your donations. They do make a difference. Every little bit that you do makes a difference. The membership letters have gone out. The annual meeting is September 27th. And our space, which has been inhabited by the amazing Mountaineer Montessori Middle School, is now free and open. They had a fantastic opportunity to move to St. Agnes, which they have done. They now have a huge campus there with outside learning capabilities. So our space is now open and free, which is what we all want to be, I think. And we've created a vacuum. Their leaving has created a vacuum, and we know that whenever there's a vacuum, it's up to us how we fill it. And so that space is available to be used. It has been excellent income for us, and I trust that it will be used again, and that whoever comes in to partner with us in using that space will do an amazing job, and we will be blessed by them being there, and they will be blessed by the space. So please keep that in mind, and keep that vision in your thoughts, that we see that space being used in a productive way for our entire community. The mission of Unity of Kanawha Valley is to provide you with a welcoming place of love and connection, acceptance, and spiritual growth. It's my personal goal that you feel safe while you're with us here today, that you feel free to be yourself, and that you feel free to explore some ideas that might be useful to you in your life and in the lives of those you love and in the lives of the community. Today we will be talking about affirmations. What are they, and how they work, and how they might be helpful in your life. If you want to know more about Unity of Kanawha Valley, just check us out online. And if you'd like to become more involved or be a member, let me know, or let Pam know. You can find us on the website. And finally, if you need help of any kind, please let us know. We are here for you. Prayer is a central part of what we are about, so let's do that right now. Would you soften your gaze or let your eyes close? Let a smile come to your face, and say silently to yourself, "The I am within me, the I am within me is free and unlimited. The I am within me is free and is unlimited." And if you want, you could give yourself a nice big yawn and a nice big stretch. Oh, that's good. Oh, if you're by yourself, imagine that you're touching someone you love. If you're with someone, go ahead and touch them. and say to them, thank you for being with me on this journey. And I want to thank you for being with me on this journey. I want to thank you for not going to the church today. We are continuing to physically distance while we socially connect and spiritually connect. Your being with us today is part of the world that we're creating. Every small thing you do today makes a difference in your life and in the life of someone else. I want to thank the universe, God, the source of all life and love, for another day of life on this amazing journey. And I want to thank everyone who's made this service possible, for Pam and for Blue, especially for Blue, for Stephen and our board, for Ron and Ryan and Jeff, for Janet, our worship leader today, for our prayer chaplains, for Rich, our Zoom Meister, and our daily word reader today, Kathy Nutter. Thank you, Kathy. And our bell ringer today. Who was our junior bell ringer today? Was that you, Rich?
It
Rich,
was indeed.
You ring my bell just about every time we get together, so thank you for once again ringing our bell. And I want you to know that I am lifting up every member and every friend every day. I have my list. I go through my list every day. I lift you up. I see you surrounded by light and by love. And I am so grateful for this chance to walk with you as we walk together, as we journey together in this interesting and amazing world. And I want to remind you that God is our source. The pen is in your hand, and a new day is dawning for us all. And so with that thought, let us join in a time of extended meditation and prayer. And you might begin by noticing the sounds that are in the room. The sound of air moving, the sound of birds or cicadas or cars outside. The sound of wind chimes. You might notice the experience of being in your body and of having a body. This mortal coil that we take off as if it was a robe or a jacket at that time when our spirit is ready to make its transition. We give thanks for our bodies. We give thanks for the miracle of how the body operates. So many organs functioning in synchrony with so many different other parts. The wholeness working together in a true miracle. You might notice the points of contact between your feet, your body, and whatever is holding you up right now, whether it's the floor, the bed, the chair, or the sofa. This is support that's offered freely. The earth attracts us, just as we are attracted to the earth through gravity. You might notice the experience of breathing, the circulation of air in, through, and out. that pause that happens between each breath. The metaphor of circulation, of letting go and taking on, of giving and receiving, the circular cycle of life. And every ending is a new beginning, and every beginning moves towards a new ending. And you might notice a calm come over your body, a sense of peace, a sense of comfort. If the waters have been troubled on the surface, we know that as we sink deeper into ourselves, the water is clear and untroubled. Jesus said, "Seek ye the kingdom." The kingdom is within. It is among you. It is in your midst. It is at hand. It is within. Jesus said, "I am the gate." And I wonder today if that might mean the I am within is the gate into this inner place of connection, this source. We know this place of connection to be a place of abundance and sufficiency, where everything that is necessary and needed for this moment is fully supported. We know this to be a place of healing and acceptance, a place where we can experience miraculous cures, and a place where we can find healing for the inevitable losses. We know this to be a place of love and relationship, a place of connection and trust, a place of laughter and a place of tears, a place of forgiveness and reconciliation. And we know this to be a place of guidance, a place where wisdom is available to us, where guidance bubbles up from deep within in a still small voice, an intuitive knowing, a sense to do this or not do this, a sense of what is ours to do and what is ours to let go of and leave alone. And it's from this place that we reach out to anyone, anywhere, in any need or trouble, those who are mourning, those living in fear, those struggling with the COVID virus, who are isolated and alone, separated from people they love, struggling to breathe. Those whose lives have been affected by addiction, those whose lives have become unmanageable, and who are not sure of the way out. those who have been affected by suicide. And we give thanks for all the different pathways for recovery, all the different pathways for wellness. We give thanks for doctors, nurses, all healthcare providers, researchers, first responders, and essential people who are working to keep the fabric of our society alive. For these people and for the opportunity to have each breath, we are truly grateful. Now Kathy Metter will read the daily word.
The peace of God fills my mind, my heart, and my life. Quiet moments in a fragrant garden, a stroll by a lake or stream, or a visit to any place of beauty inspires a deep awareness of peace. I also enjoy peace in the company of friends, those with whom I have easy camaraderie and deep bonds. Growing in spiritual awareness, I claim inner peace wherever I am. True inner peace comes from deep within me. If I am feeling less than peaceful, I pause and breathe out worry, fear, and unhealthy concern. Giving my full attention to the divine presence within me, I breathe in a peace that soothes my emotions, calms my thoughts, and relaxes my body. As I continue to inhale peace and exhale concern, I move forward with renewed clarity and confidence. Those of steadfast mind you keep in peace because they trust in you. Isaiah 26:3.
Sky's talking about affirmations today, and so this song is really just one long affirmation, and it's very powerful, and it's by Karen Drucker. I'm so grateful. 2, 3. Gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. I'm so
Wow. Thank you, Ron and Ryan and Jeff. That was a perfect song for today. Well, I've got, of course, some silly jokes for today. Do you know what you call birds who stick together? Birds who stick together. We call them Velcros. Yeah. Bad one. Rich, thank you for that. Laura, thank you. Got one more. What do you call it when cows spy on each other? When cows spy on each other. That's a stakeout. All right, so put your hands on your heart and repeat after me, please. This is my heart. Through it, I am connected to my neighbor, to my source, and to myself. I'm learning to trust it in all things, and I am grateful. Amen. Well, today I'm talking about affirmations, and particularly because, we've been spending so much time with the Daily Word discussion group every day in the Daily Word. It's brought a new sense of discipline to my life. And what I'd like to explore with you today is what do you say when you talk to yourself? Because we all talk to ourselves. We all say all sorts of things to ourselves. Sometimes we say helpful things to ourselves, and sometimes we say not so helpful things to ourselves. I know I can sometimes be my own worst enemy. And so what we're looking at today is self-talk. What do you say when you talk to yourself? And probably most importantly, what's the effect of you saying that to yourself? When you talk to yourself, what effect does it have? So I want to start off in terms of the psychology of it. Those of you who are familiar with what's called cognitive behavioral therapy will recognize the idea that what we're looking at is what are the cognitions, what are the thoughts that you are saying to yourself, frequently conscious thoughts, but sometimes unconscious thoughts that, I'm acting as if I feel this way or that way, and what effect does that have on my life? Psychologists call that your explanatory style. So what is my explanatory style? And there are two main buckets, two main choices that you have with explanatory style. You can explain things to yourself about the world and about yourself in an optimistic or positive way, or you can explain things to yourself about the world and about yourself in a negative or pessimistic way. Albert Einstein once said, the biggest choice you have in life is whether you think of the world as a friendly place or an unfriendly place. And this refers to your explanatory style. When something happens in your life, do you explain it in an optimistic way or in a pessimistic way? Does the world seem friendly or does it seem unfriendly? As an example, I remember walking down the street, downtown Charleston, and I saw a friend of mine who I hadn't seen in a while. This was maybe before Instagram and Facebook, if anybody remembers those things, the good old days. And when I saw him, I waved to him. And he was a block away, and on one side, and I was on the other. And he didn't wave back. And I thought, to myself, wow, is he mad at me? Now, that's what I mean by explanatory style. Something happened in the world. I waved to my friend, he didn't wave back. And now my mind is going to create an explanation for what just happened. If I have a negative mindset, I'm going to explain it in a way that makes me feel worse. Maybe he's mad at me. In fact, if I'm going to go down a long train of negative thinking, I might say, well, I don't know why he's mad at me. I'm the one who should be mad at him. And then I'll come up with some slight that happened 3 years before, and I'm off to the races now, creating this whole negative world in my head, all based on the fact, I mean, that would be the fact, and everything else is interpretation, the fact that he didn't wave to me. Now, if I have an optimistic, and by the way, that negative mindset is going to lead me to not want to call him or reach out to him. And next time I see him, I'll probably act a little cold because I'm hurt that my friend didn't wave back to me. Can I get a head nod from anybody who has this happens, right? It either happens by you or it happens to you, or we give and we get equally. Now, it's also possible, if I have a more optimistic mindset, that when I wave to my friend and he doesn't wave back, maybe I have the thought, gosh, I wonder if he's okay. I wonder if his eyes are doing okay. Or I think, maybe he didn't see me. And so instead of turning away and having this negative train of thoughts, I then have a positive train of thoughts, and maybe I turn towards him. And maybe I go up to him and I say, hey, are you doing okay? So that this nurturing comes out. I don't feel hurt. He didn't see me. I'm not taking it personally when I'm in an optimistic mindset. I go up, I ask him if he's okay. If he turns into a shop or I lose track of him, maybe I call him and I say, hey, I don't know if you saw me waving today. And maybe he says, oh, no, I didn't. I just came from the eye doctor. I just had those things in my eyes. I went into the store to get some sunglasses because I was feeling I was getting a headache. It was so bright. Now, here again, if I have a pessimistic explanatory style, I don't believe my friend, right? I think, oh yeah, that's BS, right? He's just making that up. He secretly saw me and doesn't want to be my friend anymore. Or, even with that, his explanation that he just gave me, that he had just been to the doctor, I might take it at face value, which I've learned to be a very good policy. Take people at face value. I don't need to add any more into the story other than what he told me. Just been to the eye doctor, had eye drops in his eyes. He didn't see me. Now my relationship is intact. Guess which way gives me more friends? Right, the explanatory style of optimism, of giving people the benefit of the doubt, of trusting that people are doing the best they can, including myself. So these explanatory styles of how we talk to ourselves, how did these develop? Well, part of it is DNA. It's where we seem to be born with a slightly pessimistic sense that it's safer to think that not everyone you run into, that not every stranger is going to be a friend. We probably learned that in hunter-gatherer societies, that if we were around new people, they might be a threat to us. And so that idea of stranger anxiety, which is very natural in children and sometimes in some cultures and some adults, some folks say that of Appalachian culture, that we're suspicious of strangers. And it comes from our DNA, it comes from early learning, it comes from things that not only we say to ourselves to make sense of the world. You know, if you've been taken advantage of a number of times, you're going to start thinking the world is not a safe place for me. It was not going to support me. Or it comes to us because of things that were said to us about ourselves. Don't trust that person. You're not likable. You're not attractive enough to have that boyfriend. You're not smart enough to be in that class. And so this combination of our DNA, the way we make sense of the world, and the way that the world is presented to us through the adults in our lives and the things they say to us and about us, all form together into our explanatory style. The people that study these things, the psychologists and the CBT therapists, have kind of boiled it down into three sort of categories where people will either think highly of themselves or think poorly of themselves, rightly or wrongly. One of them has to do with how intelligent I am and whether I'm smart enough. One of them has to do with how capable I am, whether I can learn and be competent in this world, whether I can manage my own affairs or not. And the third has to do with whether I'm attractive enough or not. Every society probably focuses on different elements of these three, and there are probably a couple of more that are outside of the researcher's bucket list. This brings us to the power of affirmations. If you think about how your explanatory style, how my explanatory style naturally got formed, it was through thousands and thousands of repetitions, things being said to me, things I said to myself, that led me to form certain beliefs about God, certain beliefs about the world, certain beliefs about nature, and certain beliefs about my fellow human beings, my neighbors. And these beliefs get reinforced day after day until by the time you're 20 or 30, you've had 100,000 of these messages that fit into your explanatory style and fits the way you view the world and I view the world. So when Charles and Myrtle Fillmore and Mary Baker Eddy and the folks that began the New Thought movement in Christianity, they noticed that there were certain ways of thinking, that if you promoted those ways of thinking intentionally and consciously within your mind, you could shift your worldview from a pessimistic worldview into an optimistic worldview. That what you say to yourself was key to what it took to become a more spiritual, more open, more forgiving, more loving person. And they saw the example of this in Jesus and in his teachings. So affirmations, an affirmation is a sentence that I say to myself that has a positive meaning about me, about the world, and about my neighbor. A sentence like, I am safe and secure and surrounded by love. That was the first affirmation that I was introduced to 30, 40 years ago at a 12-step meeting. I was terribly anxious about things that were going on in my life, and somebody recommended, or they gave me a card that said, you are safe, you are secure, and you are surrounded by love. And I started repeating that sentence 100 times a day. I didn't count it, I just kept repeating it. And lo and behold, I started shifting the weight. If the 100,000 negative messages that I am not safe, I am not secure, I am not surrounded by love was here, and these positive ideas, I am safe and secure and surrounded by love, slowly the balance started to tip to the point where my opinion was kind of equal. Maybe I'm safe and secure, and maybe I'm not. And then I kept doing the affirmations, and now I'm at the place where I feel like no matter what happens, I know within myself I am safe, I am secure, I am surrounded by love. Now here's one of the weird things. If you want to be completely scientific, if you want to be completely realistic, you would probably be like this, slightly pessimistic. Because in the end, bad stuff happens. Not because we've done anything, just because that's how the world is, for whatever reason, I don't know why. But the researchers who notice that if you want to be realistic, you'd probably be slightly pessimistic, also notice that if you want to be happy in your life, it pays to be slightly optimistic, to have more weight on the slight optimistic side. I can be too optimistic. We know people in our lives who are too optimistic and wind up being unrealistic and wind up getting themselves or others into trouble because they're unwilling to see things that are dangerous in the world or in other people or in themselves. So I think it's interesting that if you want, when I found that out, I decided to give up being realistic. I don't care if this is the way the world is. I just don't care. I'm happier when I think the world is slightly better than it probably really is. Everyone has their own way of thinking about that. That's just how I do it. When you send a positive thought into your brain about yourself, the world, God, or other people, you are creating an opportunity in your brain to rewire itself. The neuroscientists say whatever wires together, whatever fires together, wires together. Every time you say a sentence to yourself, it reinforces physiologically your brain matter. It's called the plasticity of the brain, the myelinization. I'm not going to go into it, all of it, but whatever you repeat becomes a habit. We know that. No matter how old or young you are, whatever you repeat becomes a habit. And so if you repeat these positive words to yourself, that becomes the habit of your thinking. Affirmations are, I think, in a way, praying with ourselves. Instead of praying for others, we are praying in a way with or within ourselves. Charles Fillmore says, prayer does not change God. It's not supposed to change God. You can't change God. God is God. Prayer is designed to change us. And so affirmative prayer is designed to open us up to the Spirit, to God's love in the world, when we might otherwise be closed to it. Jesus modeled this kind of self-talk, when he said things like, I am the gate, you are the sheep, I am the bread of life, I am the light of the world. We normally took these, when I was in seminary, we took these as sentences that Jesus was saying about himself. Unity adds a completely different twist to this. That Jesus isn't saying this just about himself. He is referring to the I am within him. He has the same I am within him as we have within ourselves. Most of the I am statements come from the Gospel of John. The Gospel of John is also where Jesus says, everything I can do, you can do too. And if you think about whether and how that might be true, I think it's referring to the idea that you have exactly within you what Jesus had within him. He was a master at connecting with it, discovering it, connecting with it, and using it. We are amateurs, we are novices, we are getting there. But when Jesus says, I am the gate, we might interpret that in unity. The I am within is the gateway into that place of connection. When Jesus says, I am the bread of life, the I am within is the substance of life. When Jesus says, I am the light of the world, the I am within is the light of the world. And so we say these sentences as affirmations for ourselves. I am the light of the world. Now, that doesn't mean I'm the Savior. That means I have light within me, and that I have that same light that Jesus had within himself. When we practice these affirmations, we get in touch with the great I am. Wow. I am halfway through my message. It is almost noon. I think this is probably a pretty good place to stop, and I will do part 2. Part 2 you don't want to miss, because part 2 I'm going to talk about our conversation with Teresa Burton, the editor of the Daily Word, and how they construct the Daily Word and how they intend it to be used for affirmative thinking. So I look forward to hopefully seeing you next week when I'll do part 2. And with that, I will pass it back to you, Janet Prince. Thank you so much for being with me, and thank you for being such an amazing hostess.
Thank you, Sky, for that very wonderful message. Ooh, at this time, the board wants to thank everyone who has supported this ministry during this difficult time. You all are amazing, and we are able to keep our church going. So we do ask that you continue to support our ministry. And if you would, say with me together our offering blessing. Divine love, moving in and through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, I trust God, and I am grateful. And now Ron will lead us in another song.
This is a brand new song written with my good friend John Wickstrom, my writing partner. And this was originally a message for his daughter, but it ends up being a message for everyone. It's called At Home in the World. 1, 2, 3, 4. You
Thank you, Ron, Ryan, and Jeff, for that wonderful music. So let's take a moment to give thanks to everyone who is blessed by this church. We are so grateful for the people who give of their time and their talent and their treasure. This is a place of love. And we are grateful to be reminded of our worthiness. So we say thank you for all the gifts and offerings that come to this church. We say thank you for each and every person who participates in the Sunday service, each person who joins us through Zoom or Facebook or YouTube. And we say thank you that our God of love always shows the way for our highest and best. And so it is. Amen.
Amen.
So now we're going to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries. I'm going to look at the gallery view here. If anyone has a birthday or anniversary coming up, just wave to me. I know my sister has a birthday on Thursday. Rich and Karen's grandson, Mitch, had a birthday this week. Rich and Karen's daughter, Jill, and her husband, Matt, are celebrating an anniversary. I don't see anyone else waving to me. Does anyone else? Oh,
I
Sky.
have one, Janet.
Okay, Sky.
Our dog Izzy's forever home birthday. We adopted her this week in August, 8 years ago.
Wow. So Izzy's 8th birthday. Yay, Izzy.
So give us all those names again. That was a lot, Janet.
It was Meredith, Mitchell, Jill and Matt are celebrating an anniversary, and then Izzy. Anybody else? Nice.
It feels like an IQ test, like man, woman, camera, TV. Like, I don't know if I can remember all those, but
I
I'll
just
try.
say happy birthday, everybody.
Yeah.
But I think, Rich, we can go to our birthday video.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Meredith and Mitch and Izzy and everybody else. Happy birthday to you and many more.
Very good. And now we will do our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth and let it
together our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. So good to see everyone. I think we can unmute ourselves now and talk to each other a bit.
Well, that was just awesome.
That was great. Love those pictures.
Great to see everybody. Hi, Phyllis. Hi, Sharon. Hello, Donna Nero. Where are you from?
Actually, Scott, it says Donna Nero, but that's my friend Mary.
Of course, that's Mary.
And she's in Cocoa Beach, Florida.
Cocoa Beach. Yes, Ernie, do you have anyone else to introduce today?
Well, normally I have other friends on, but I texted with a few, and most of them were, somebody was going to Walmart, and I had to warn them to wear their mask.
And they've got not one but two hurricanes coming, right?
That's right, absolutely.
Hi, Phyllis. Hi, Barbie.
Thanks, Janet.
My
Yeah,
pleasure.
Yeah,
Good
you did a
job.
Good job today, Janet.
Good to be
Yes.
back. I've been off dog sitting, but I'm back home now.
Hi, Sharon.
She's
You're muted.
Yes, she's muted.
Hi, Harry. Hi, Jessica. Jessica Osborne. Great to have you on by phone. And it's always good to have 1111 on, just to remind us about the unity of all things.
Good one.
Very good. I have to leave. I've got company just showed up. Namaste.
Hi,
See you,
Laura.
Laura. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.
I can see everyone, but you can't see me. Something went askew with my camera here. I'm Connie. Good to see everyone. Inspiring message and funny jokes. Love them, Scott.
I hit a treasure trove of 100 bad jokes.
Oh,
I'm-
no.
If I pace them out 2 a week, I'm set for the next year.
Oh, they were bad too.
Yeah, I'm picking out the
Qualified.
best ones, so it's downhill from here. Thank you, Connie.
Good.
Oh, my.
Actually, jokes is what kept a few neighbors and I together in the mornings when the COVID first began. We gathered together on our porches and had prayer and told the corniest jokes you can ever imagine. But we got to laugh and celebrate that we could do that. So thank you for sharing jokes.
It's right.
Humor is super important. Can I tell you my best, worst COVID joke?
Sure.
Well, I would tell you it, but it takes 2 weeks to get it.
Oh, That
That's
is
about it.
good. That's good.
Oh, Lordy.
Well,
That,
I'm gonna go visit Adam Flowers and that family. I will keep you posted about the you know what comes of that. So
Can't
it was
believe it.
awesome seeing you all today. Allison was 40. So,
Oh.
you know,
Awful.
such a loss. It was awesome seeing you today, and I'll keep you posted in terms of what we're going to do to honor her life. So
Send our love.
I will.
Give her our love.
Thank you. See you all next week or on the
Thank you,
Daily Word
Scott.
Zoom thing. Bye bye.